Visitor Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and thank you for the opportunity to speak to the second reading of the Auditor's Regulation and External Reporting Bill. I note the Speaker has changed an appearance in the last 5 minutes, but I also want to congratulate the Assistant Speaker, H.V. Ross Robertson, for his appointment. He's a good man from South Auckland. He's worked hard in this House over 24 years. He's served his local community, and I wish to acknowledge his ascendance to the role of Assistant Speaker, a prestigious role. Sir, I just want to talk quickly about this bill. The Minister quite clearly in her representations this morning has talked about the nature of the bill. And the bill is overdue. And it's overdue, sir, because we've had a period where unregulated or self-regulation of auditors for financial issues has not worked. And it's not worked for several reasons. This bill will address some issues around the licensing of auditors and the registrations of audit firms in order to get quality people behind the audits. After all, sir, it is not about. It's really not about the regulation. It's about the people that are involved in auditing accounts, financial accounts. I take the point also of the previous speaker, Mr Parker, who did talk about compliance costs. But let me say that the costs of finance company failures over the last 7 to 10 years has been great. And that cost needs to be mitigated through oversight and through regulation of this industry. So this bill comes at a vital time to restore confidence in our financial markets, to restore confidence in the capital markets, in order for firms to easily raise capital and build on the growth and the economic growth that this country certainly deserves. Now, sir, two things this bill brings about. It is about establishing a licensing regime, but it also establishes and consolidates the accounting and auditing standard setting set about by the Accounting Standards Review Board, which will of course be the External Reporting Board. Sir, all I ask is that these rules are set in place, that the relevant regulators do their job, are well resourced, and enforce the laws that we set out as a parliament. I think that's the critical part of this. There's no point in having laws around regulating financial markets if those laws are then not enforced and the resources are put in place. And this legislation, may I say, sir, is part of a wider, broader scheme of laws that we've brought to the House that's had multi-party support around the set-up of the Financial Markets Authority, around the regulations of securities trustees, sir, and this is just another building block in securities regulations that we've brought to this House as a national government. Very proud of this bill, the work that all sides of our Commerce Committee have put into this bill. And just a final point around the limitation of auditors' liability. I think the last speaker actually summed it up quite well. It's a complex issue. It does add to compliance costs, which we're all, as parliamentarians, aware that we want to avoid and reduce. But at some point, sir, we need to do this. I look forward to the Securities Act review, which will be tabled, certainly proceeded with later this year, in addressing that matter, which members of our committee found to be a little bit of an issue. So, sir, I support this bill and commend it to the House.
Clear, Karen.